Hey everybody, it's Justin Railfan here, and I've got a very big and very exciting announcement. So, over the course of this year, I basically tore down my old layout, and I've been slowly, every single day, creating a new track plan, trying to find what I want. And I finally decided on modeling my hometown of Pensacola, Florida. This layout also is in my bedroom, and it spans a total of 5 feet by 12 feet. So the main focus of the layout is this first dog bone when you enter the room. This is also the biggest part of the layout. So in the foreground here is going to be downtown Pensacola. And just per the prototype, it is almost like a U shape where the tracks go along Escambia River Bay and they pass through downtown Pensacola and they eventually go up into what's called Golding or Brent, Pensacola, which is just a small area. And in Golding is the Golding Yard, which today is operated by CSX. Now the yard is going to be shared by two railroads, CSX being a Class 1, and a smaller railroad called the Florida Gulf and Atlantic, which spans from Pensacola all the way to Jacksonville. And it is a primarily smaller short line. It is owned by Rail USA, which is basically like the Genesee and Wyoming Corporation, where they just own sections of track everywhere, and each little section has its own name, but the Florida Gulf and Atlantic is my local short line. And for this, I have actually spent all night, basically an all-nighter, painting up my GP40, which was an ex-Union Pacific locomotive, and I spent all night converting it into a Florida Gulf and Atlantic locomotive, and no one else has ever done this before with this paint scheme, and I believe only Atlas has produced a Florida Gulf and Atlantic locomotive. So not only is this the first ever in scale, but the first ever custom paint that I've ever found for this particular paint scheme. Moving the focus back to downtown Pensacola, there is actually a L&N depot that is still there. However, it has since been bought by a hotel, and the depot, to my knowledge, is just acting as the lobby to the hotel. So I have a Woodland Scenics depot here. It's just there for filler. I will probably not build a depot since it is actually on this side of the tracks, and splitting on the other side is some streets. So I guess I can probably scratch build one and put it there. And then what this weird thing is the 110 road, which branches off of Interstate 10. And this is how you would go through the city of Pensacola to get to Pensacola Beach, as well as Gulf Breeze and other parts of Pensacola. There's also a track that splits off from the main and goes south towards a lumber yard and the port of Pensacola, which I will also be building. Unfortunately, I do not have a ton of room to keep this here permanently, so this little spur section is just going to have to act as an operations only piece, and it will be removable so I can walk through my room without having to bump into this. Proceeding north out of Pensacola, I have a bridge here from when I was modeling Cajon Pass, and there are actually two bridges leaving Pensacola, like if you're going eastbound. And so there's the Graffiti Bridge, which is famous. It is a bridge where graffiti artists are legally allowed to come in daily or hourly, whenever they please, and just basically spray paint over other artists' work, and usually work lasts only a day before a new artist comes in, and it's a tradition in Pensacola. There's also the Escambia Bay Bridge, which is several miles long, I believe 1 mile long, and it is pretty big, and I won't be able to model it and have industries, so more than likely this will be Graffiti Bridge. Now I do want to have two industries since I have all this space here. So the background track is going to be a filler for where there is a General Electric turbine motor plant. Realistically, this would be a lot further out, but just for space constraints, it is going to be here. So that is the compromise I've made. But how this works is GE will make the turbine motors and they put it on flat cars, and then the FGAR will come in, pick it up, and then they ship it to the CSX yard, where CSX will ship it out west or wherever the turbine destinations are. Another thing I want to model is a sand loader, since we do have a quarry in Baghdad, Florida, and that will be very loosely modeled here, but I have 4 brand new auto floods that will represent the cars that would be realistically there. And then turning the camera to the right, we have a very specific location that is very personal to me. And that is the West Florida Railroad Museum, which is in Milton, Florida. Now, I volunteered there for 2 years during my sophomore and junior year, and I actually am still in touch with a lot of the members, and I do regularly go and visit them. But I will be building a mock-up for what is the old L&N Depot in Milton, Florida. So that will be scratch built, and I already went ahead and went on Google Maps and printed out a photo of the street outside of the museum. And this is mostly, it's no longer served by any passenger service. However, the FGAR comes through and basically uses this as their siding. But I can, if I ever get L&N stuff, which I'm trying to do because I like to run both modern and old era operations, then I can stop here and model that. Going eastbound towards Jacksonville, I have this long stretch of track that goes all the way behind my computer, which was originally there. And to be honest, I have no plans. I don't have any ideas for this. So more than likely, I will probably try and model some location in Georgia, preferably an L&N or current CSX yard is what will be modeled, because I don't have a ton of space to really fit much in here, but at the same time, I can get creative. And of course, this is the switching section. I've just got it here for now. More than likely, it'll probably just go under this table for storage. And then I got my gamer chair, which I'm contemplating on getting rid of because it's just a lot of room where I could walk. I got me a cherry Coke. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this update video. I am so beyond happy, and I apologize for that there. Just ignore the cords. And I cannot wait to really see how this project goes. Again, it's a very personal project to me because it's where I live, and I have a ton of memories here in Pensacola, Florida. And I just can't wait to just see my dream be put out, basically. This is a lot of trial and error, and honestly, I think it's gone great so far, especially with my custom FGAR locomotive, and I plan to do 2 more. And I will probably do a separate video. But overall, I'm so happy. This layout so far with this track plan after months of changing is pretty much everything that I want. But yeah, be sure to stick around if you want to see this layout take place. And yeah, have a great day, guys. See ya.